Monique Nguyen. I am the Executive Director of Matahari Women's Worker Center. I've co-founded the Massachusetts Undocu Fund with Massachusetts Childhood Justice and One Fair Wage. So Matahari is a women's social justice organization. We develop the leadership of immigrant women and women of color and their families to fight for rights and policy changes that impact their lives at the workplace. So whenever the COVID pandemic broke, I reached out to my closest allies because immigrants are always left behind and left out during these specific moments. And under the pandemic, it's a matter of life and death. We felt that we had to respond to show that immigrants that we do see and value you, and you should have support like everybody else. There was an Undocu Fund there in California during the fires there, and we just reached out to that organization and replicated their model, and our hope was that our cash assistance could supplement or provide some semblance of support. And so the industries that we saw who actually did apply for the fund were in the restaurant industry, domestic work, agriculture, farming, construction. These industries make our life possible every single day. We got a lot of individual support and donations and foundation support.
We supported the Undocu Fund with a $25,000 grant. It's really important to support people at this time. It's like no other time. We have to really cherish our neighbors. They're part of the community.
We just give them the check and we tell them to use it however best they think is good for them. And oftentimes it's buying groceries for the family for a week or two, or paying an electric bill. To be able to work with Monique, to be able to create this fund, we've raised $1.5 million. We've given out almost $1 million of those dollars in the past year to undocumented immigrants across the state in all 14 counties of Massachusetts.
I know I will find something to survive. And for sure, Matahari helped me a lot in that way. I decided to learn certified nursing assistant. And then now I got the certificate, and then after that I found a job.
Seeing the drive and the motivation and the creativity of Monique and being able to partner with the different organizations has been a real honor and privilege.
Every time I do work in the community, every time that I see people look like they're not scared or feel open and to be who they are, that makes me feel like I get a sense of healing from that. My parents immigrated to North America after the Vietnam War in the late 70s, and I was born in Canada. And my parents and I, we immigrated to Houston, Texas when I was the age of 10. My family and I, was my brother, my mom and dad, we were undocumented. And even though we've been paying for immigration fees this whole entire time, that my brother and I and my father were undocumented. My mother was the only one that had status at that point. And it was due to pure neglect and not having materials translated for my parents to understand what was happening. They didn't file the paperwork correctly for my family, so we fell out of status, and we didn't know that we were undocumented.
Monique is one of those people you meet that she's really warm and passionate. It really comes across in sort of not only how she talks about workers, but what she does in sort of supporting their work. And it's just really infectious, and you just really want to get involved and be supportive.
Everybody is at the same page when you work with Monique. You white, you black, you whatever, you are welcome. She's encouraging. She encouraged people to grow up as a leader.
I chose to put my roots down in Boston area because I saw so much possibility for a community to really be supportive of immigrants and also be made by immigrants, and also having people who are not immigrants being community. And I see that now under COVID, because people really showed up for each other in so many ways, whether you're undocumented or not. And I'm hoping that continues after COVID.